Righto guys, welcome back to another episode. This one's going to be extremely exciting. We're taking the Dmax for the first time, towing a camper trailer through the snowy mountains and the Brindabellas here in the southern mountains of Australia.
Welcome to the snowy mountains, baby!
And putting it to the test on the off-road conditions that we haven't done before. The Dmax is currently weighing in right on its GVM, and it's going to be towing a 1.8 tonne camper trailer behind it. And I'm really keen to see how it handles in the off-road conditions.
We're keen to see how this bad boy will go on the dirt road because we don't really want to compromise our comfort anymore as we are getting older, but then we don't want to leave our awesome forward drive tracks we take. So we're going to see how it does handle these dirt roads, and if it is something that we can bring along to still have our forward driving and still have our comfort at the same time.
Don't forget guys, if you are enjoying the content, flick us a subscribe. We are creating videos every 2 weeks for you guys to watch. Plus, we have discount codes at some of the biggest companies around Australia, including iTech World, Undercover Australia, Salty Captain, using the discount code Always Touring, and even our own quality merch for you guys to wear when you are out touring. So how good is the convenience of the camper trailer set up with fridge, freezer, kitchenette, and we can pull up wherever for brekkies and lunches and have access to it all, eh?
It just makes it so much easier that everything's at my height. I have access to both sides. It just makes cooking really easy. Like I'm in a normal kitchen at home.
Yeah, like it only took us about, what, 10 minutes to pack up this morning? Like you did the inside.
What works out? You do the outside, I do the inside, and by that time we're ready to make brekkie with a view.
Yeah, and we can either like do it on the road or... We were going to do it at campsite this morning, but there was about 1,000 bees sitting around the area, and as the sun was getting further and further back towards the back of our setup, they kept following. After swifting through a very common town that everyone knows up here in the snowy mountains, Tumut, we make our way past a very famous dam known as Blowing Dam or Blowing Dam, depending on how you pronounce it, testing the camper trailer basically up and down the hills. It was a really good test for the camper trailer and especially for the Dmax to see how it goes on some very steep inclines and declines, particularly on the bitumen. Now, I promise you that this channel is not going to just be now a caravan camper trailer channel like all the other ones that you see on YouTube. This is still going to be a full drive based channel, but we're going to be doing like a hybrid thing. Sometimes we're going to take away the full drive and go do some off-road gnarly stuff, and other times we're going to take the camper trailer in off-road places that you don't often see other people taking. So a few different specs that I'm going to throw in here just for this trip, given it's our first trip. We are sitting on 40 PSI on the highway, and I've just done a fill up. We're sitting on 100 to 105 kilometers an hour, and the fuel gauge was reading at 14.9 litres per 100 kilometers. And that was based off how many litres we filled up with divided by how many kilometers we had done. So that's 100% accurate, not going off the computer. Size tyres, we've got 31-inch tyres on a 2-inch lift, and the Dmax itself is right on its GVM, plus the trailer is sitting around 1.8 tonne. So it's going to be a really interesting experience now that we're heading into the snowy mountains and slash the Brindabellas. Oh, there's an echidna.
Oh, cute!
And I'll keep you guys basically informed as to how it's going to be performing off-road with a 2010 Dmax, so just an older model four-wheel drive, towing through the mountains.
So we will drop down to 30 PSI when we are on those mountain tracks, and we'll see how it copes along with that. We have found one issue so far already, that our car is heating up quite quickly. Could be because we're already over our GVM and towing.
Yep.
But I guess we'll see how we go on the tracks as well.
Yep.
We found a difference definitely driving in fourth to fifth. Fifth, we definitely went right up to our what is it, high temperature?
Yeah, so it sits up around that 3/4 to high, and that's just because there's extra load on the gearing. Lower revs per minute, putting more stress on the drive line of the engine. So as everyone knows, going up hills is in third or fourth, even though it increases the revs per minute. It's not going to put as much strain on the engine load.
You say you sound just like him, and it goes like this.
Well, time to get off the bitumen, find the main entrance into the snowy mountains. Anyone that has been to the area, the long plain road basically turns into a dirt road and goes straight up the guts of the Kosciuszko National Park. Really happy with how it towed on the bitumen sections up and down the mountains. Obviously a little bit slower than usual, but it did not go over that 3/4 heating mark.
Time again, or what PSI we're dropping down to. So it will be a 30 today, just because we are on some rocky roads still, but we don't want it to be on the 45 road tyres because that will go
And just as importantly, we are also airing down the tyres in the camper trailer. We'll only be going down to 33 on those, just because the weight is significantly less on that one compared to the Dmax. Also, I just had a realisation, the air compressor that we've got that runs from there to there only goes to the back tyre and won't reach the camper trailer tyres.
We'll have to find a fuel station and pump up, I think. And next time we need to look at moving an air compressor somewhere else, or a portable one.
Would love to know in the comments anyone that has a solution to that isn't bringing a second air compressor for the back, because I don't think the ARB ones have a longer cord that we can buy. Wow, the excitement that we had in our belly as we endeavoured straight down this road to see the views right in the middle of the snowy high country area was absolutely phenomenal. Check that out. Towing the camper trailer for the first time ever on the Dmax off-road. What a bloody feeling. How bloody good is this? Probably one of my favourite entrances and roads as we head into the snowy mountains. It's just something about driving into the Long Plain Road itself that overlooks the entire mountain range whilst you're driving through the valley. It's absolutely phenomenal.
And then occasionally as well, you can see a whole bunch of brumbies surrounding the area as well. I know everyone sees them as a pest, but they are still pretty cute.
Yeah, on that note, actually, they've just done a massive cull. They closed this for about 2 months up here, and they shot a heap of wild brumbies because apparently, depending on which side of the fence you land on, they destroy the habitat or they're a part of the habitat. After 30 kilometers or so winding through the amazing mountains there, we make our way to our first turn off for our first location, which also happens to be the campground that we'll be staying at tonight, known as Blue Waterholes. Now, if you haven't added this one to your list, it is a fantastic spot. Heads up, there are 2 campgrounds, one that you can have all your swags and rooftop tents, and the other section where you can put your camper trailers and caravans. So just heading down to a campground at the moment called the Blue Waterholes Campground, a very popular spot here in the snowy mountains. Highly recommend, near a place called Urangabilly. A couple of things I'm noticing as we're heading down into the campground now on this 5.3 kilometre track is, with the weight of the camper trailer on the back, the gears aren't holding me as much as I thought. So I'm actually having to use my brakes a fair bit in conjunction with gear braking down. But I'm really happy with how the suspension's set up. So obviously I've got the 450 kilo rated leaf springs in the back of the Dmax in conjunction with the airbags, and then I've got the torsion bars on the front with whatever the heaviest shocks I can get on the front end, and then the off-road suspension set up on the camper trailer with the shockies. It's all sitting really well, really flat, and the airbags I think are making the biggest difference in terms of the ride when we're going up and down bumps. It's really holding it rather than the back going up and down, up and down, up and down. So I'm happy with how the suspension's sitting. The braking is different, particularly going on these descents in these sort of just basic off-road conditions. So I'm pretty keen to see how it goes when we're going through water crossings and things like that.
So now it's for where most couples fight, backing up the trailer. This one shouldn't be too bad because we're going to go straight back to about here, so we can have this lovely picnic table here as well. Got my trusty UHF to speak to some of you on the radio, and we'll see how many fights we get out of this one.
All right, so one thing that I'm sort of not used to is obviously when you get to campgrounds or when you're wanting to stay the night is you actually got to think more about your turnaround points and where you're going to park the camper trailer. Super nice thing, we just got to Blue Waterholes, and there's another YouTuber family here that's been on the road for 4 years. You guys have probably heard of them, the Lifestyle Pioneers. They were parked their cruiser in the sort of like between the day use and the campground area, and they're nice enough to ask if they wanted to move their car so we could fit the camper trailer back in. I don't know if it's just because we looked like noobs and we didn't really know what we were doing, but we've got a really, really easy camp spot for our first time using the camper trailer. Literally straight in and straight back.
All right, I'm good to go. You ready? Okay, so right slightly.
Keep coming back.
Keep coming back. Yep, now straighten up and come straight back. Straighten up, keep coming back, keep coming, and stop there. Hopefully I got it right because that was a pretty simple one. Not like the other one the other night, we had it curve all the way around.
That was the most anticlimactic thing.
I know, we're like, oh, okay, I better film, you know, backing it up.
We got down here and we were like, oh, there's like, everything is on a hill. There's no like easy spot to set up the camper trailer. And then I was just saying, Lifestyle Pioneers, they just said, just there with their pretty sick looking cruiser, move the car so we just go straight back in. Easy, so
Yeah, I know.
no stress.
Made it a lot easier. I think as well last time compared to when we were here, they've done up a lot of bitumen or regraded a lot of the road as well. I remember last time it was really corrugated, really slippery as well, and we even just had the forward drive then. We didn't even have a trailer or anything behind us, but otherwise the trailer actually towed quite well. I didn't actually find too much of a difference comfort wise in the car. It just felt like we were normally driving our you know, Dmax, but otherwise I found it quite comfortable. How did you find it?
Yeah, it was good. As I was saying before, it drives really well. It's just that braking was going downhill. But plan for now is we've just gotten to the campground. We're going to go for the walk through the gorge. There's a beautiful walk here that goes through the amazing water pools and stuff like that. So we're going to set up later, go do that and come back.
So we were just getting our trusty water shoes on for the hike. And what did you say to me?
Do I need to wear socks with them?
Do I need to wear socks with them? Can someone explain to him why you would wear socks in the water with water shoes? nothing like wet socks.
Always ends the same when it was me and you. But every time I meet somebody new, it's like deja vu. I swear they sound the same.
Gorgeous. Nice mum joke.
Gorgeous in the gorge.
I was just saying to Mads, the water here is freezing, comes straight out of the mountains. Somebody measured it and it was 4 degrees Celsius. You want an ice bath? This is where it's at.
Jump in the water.
Oh, look how beautiful that is. Like, that's what we're going to be walking through the entire way.
But I think it's pretty good as well when it's a hot hike and you have these little water crossings to freshen up. Makes the hike just so much better.
I just remember, did you even bring swimmers?
I'm wearing them. I'm ready. Are you wearing yours?
No, I got to put my budgies on later. Do you want to walk first so you can get rid of the snakes?
What was that?
Nice, Mads.
Not bad.
Like, seriously, mate, we're about to walk straight through that gorge down there. This is like Carangini, but without all the Carangini vibes.
Doesn't feel like a very New South Wales park, does it?
No, this is definitely the best walk, I reckon, in the Snowy Mountains for sure.
I have to say this is one of my favourite hikes I've ever done, and we did go to WA and Carangini, but this is on the top of the list.
And breaking up, and it goes like this. We'll get in your car and you'll leave.
There is no freaking way. I have just come across such a freaking typical New South Wales National Parks locked gate situation. We're about 1.5 kilometres into the track, and look at this sign. This is the sign that I come across. This actually infuriates me. Look, closed for rehabilitation. That's at least 3 years, I reckon that's going to be closed for. That is, look at that. We've come all the way down there, absolutely amazing, and the freaking thing is closed. Come up here, I want to come take a photo. No, together, I want to take a selfie. So you know how you're saying you loved hikes, and there's a big petition going on in New South Wales at the moment for locking things up?
Yes. No, are you kidding? Like, I understand rehabilitation, but I'm walking, I'm not doing... Oh, I was really... Come on, New South Wales. Up your game.
Yeah. False alarm, we just had to go round.
It's just that section was closed. I have a weird thing walking through the cold water. It's just made me really thirsty for a cold glass of water, even though this is like muddy looking water.
And the one random night when everything changes, you won't reply and we'll go back to straight.
Red belly black, I don't even know what that is.
That is a red belly black,
Is it?
or maybe brown. I don't know. All I know is I want to keep away from it. Snake at the same time. I just don't want him to go swimming with us.
Right. He's going that way.
If you don't see snakes there.
Yeah, that's long. I know everyone says that there's heaps of snakes on walks, which there are, but often they scatter away.
No, I think the only time we've come across them the most was at Emma Gorge. We came across like 6.
Yeah.
Whereas, yeah, this is our first one in New South Wales.
And it goes like this.
epic is this?
We literally have the waterfall just down there, and then you can climb down there. So good, mate. How's the view, Mads?
I just want to go for a swim.
Ah.
Go back to strangers.
This waterfall is so bloody picturesque. What's cooking good looking?
It's so cold.
Oh, mate. Look at that. Perfect swimming hole just here. You want to jump in?
Yeah, okay.
Remember guys, 4 degrees. This is 4 degrees. Look at that! Let's go! I actually feel like I'm back in WA. I'll check it out.
Look how red my hands are. All my warmth of my body's gone there because it's freezing.
You know what else shows that it's cold?
Wait. Hey. Hey. Likewise, I'll sit around.
That's just small. Also, something I wanted to quickly show you guys whilst I'm in here, my budgie smugglers and my bloody dad bod looking body. Mads and I got like a bunch of new hiking gear from like a company called Zerali. And it's these really nice camping pants that we wear, but as well is this new backpack that we got for hiking and things like that. Really good thing about it, it's all like 100% recycled stuff and it's good quality. I was a little bit weary when we first got it that it was going to be like that sort of typical recycled sort of quality, but really good quality. So the inside of it has like a little wet bag integrated into it that ties up. The pockets on the outside, as you can see there, actually fits those really big Stanley bottles and those really big ones, so you can actually mount a piece amount of water and things like that. And all the straps are good to go, just like typical bag stuff. Yeah, pretty cool.
Give us a bum wiggle. Now, after we finish our hike, we're going to head back to camp and we're going to set up the camper trailer for the first time. And I think Samuel mentioned he's going to do a campfire, so I did pack marshmallows. I did come prepared. As you know, I do love marshmallows, and I think I might do...
Is it a snake? No, it's a snake, gotcha.
Okay, well that wasn't funny because we did actually see a whole bunch of snakes before, and we are actually using our GoPro stick as a snake whacker just in case there's one on the path.
Well, upon returning to camp, Maddie and I actually had a really bad experience. So obviously, as you can see, we had left the camper trailer not completely packed up, but we'd reversed into a campsite and we'd come back, and just to the right of us, there was a two-wheel drive. There must have been two older mates from England or something like that, had actually set up their own campsite and completely taken over the campsite where the fire and the table and everything was. So that sort of put us in a little bit of a shitty mood whilst we were unpacking for the first time on a trip, but we did get over it. We did have a chat to them about it and they didn't want to borrow it and they were quite rude, but just a really bad experience that we don't have too often when we're travelling around Australia.
So, how'd your first inside camper trailer setup go?
Too bad actually. It only took me about maybe 6 minutes, 5 minutes. I feel like I'm getting pretty good at it.
Yep. I think anyone that is watching, our first time, the way that we work it is I'll do the outside and Maddie can help if she wants to, depending what needs to be done. And then once it's opened up, she'll do the inside, and if it only takes 5 minutes, that's like probably quicker than the soft shell rooftop tent we used to have.
It's quicker than the soft shell rooftop tent, but it's so much more comfortable having the bed, the living room space.
Yep.
Definitely worth it, and I found this was still pretty easy to get this here as well.
Yeah, it wasn't as much the like big inconvenience driving it here, really, was it?
I didn't feel the pressure of the trailer behind us, except for when we were going downhill. Was the only time I really felt it.
I just feel bad because the rooftop tent's sitting there, all lonely, being like, oh.
We're really liking this. It's just the comfort of having a normal bed, almost a normal kitchen as well.
Yes.
And the fridge is at my height. My short little legs can see everything in it.
The only problem we've got so far is basically the gas stove doesn't work, so we've hooked up the induction cooker. up to our inverter in the back because we haven't got lithium batteries down
it's not
there
the gas
to run
stove,
it.
it's the gas at the moment it's leaking somewhere.
Yeah, at the in under here there's a gas connection. As soon as I turn it on, it bloody leaks. I'll turn it on for you, but don't want to get a bloody thingo. What have we got on for dinner tonight, Mads? Looks like you're starting to cook up a good
Just
feed.
doing my famous Turkish steak sandwich rolls. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unpack our beautiful TV knife case. But don't let it fool you. We do have actually some good quality knives here from Drifter. So we replaced our whole cookware set with the Drifter ones. So we've just got a veggie knife, then we've got a chef's knife, and then the cleaver.
Yeah, cutting up that meat.
But also
This is my favourite part.
Yeah, so I've got the cookware here as well. The great thing about these ones is they all collapse and then combine into the one case here with multiple bowls, plates, everything, because that's the thing, you need it condensed. I know I don't like much when I'm camping, so if it's all condensed, I'm happy.
Yeah.
But let's start cooking.
Well, being able to use this Drifter cookware set is absolutely bloody awesome. But what's even more awesome is this food that Maddie is cooking. It is absolutely tremendous. One of my most favourite cooking pieces that she puts together. Just the way it's all cooked and marinated is absolutely phenomenal. But then even more importantly, on top of that, being able to sit in the camper trailer for the first time was like a little home away from home that we got to experience together, which is pretty cool.
So while we're admiring the beautiful view down there, how did you think the camper trailer went on the trip for the first time?
I actually think it went really well. Like, I'd be happily, like, very, very happy to take it again. Like, especially this morning, it was so easy to pack up. We could have our coffees, still have the view.
Yep.
But it took about, what, 8 minutes. I cooked a hot brekkie as well. That was me cleaning up while Sammy was packing it up.
Yeah, and it's what, 22 past 9, and we've sat here for the last 15 minutes having a
And the thing
coffee.
is, we can still get to places as well with it. Like,
Yeah.
it's not difficult. I didn't find too much of a difference, only if it was a steep decline.
Yeah, exactly. I think it definitely didn't hinder us as much as we thought with the camper trailer. It towed really well, and as I said, I'll quickly drop in the box below, tell you how many litres per 100 we're doing just in the basic fire trails, off-road sections. Plan is, we'll cut this episode here. Next episode, we're going to do an actual off-road adventure with it for 5 days through the high country, so I'm pretty keen to see what the next step up is. It was just good to give it a good trial run here, and I'd love to know in the comments what you guys think when you had your first time going from just full driving to towing.
Oh, I'm going to store. Alright, ready?
Yep. You're going to have to like...
Really give it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, turn the clutch.